the show, Nerdy D, let's go.
What is up, guys? You are now tuned in to the Friday Night Smackdown post-show community discussion live here on the Casual Wrestling YouTube channel. I am your host for the night, the notorious Nerdy D, joined by my beautiful and talented wife, Level Up Lauren. If you are new to the community, this is a participation show. We want you guys to drop your opinions and questions in the chat. Having said that, this is a weekly podcast. It is not free to produce, so if you want to help keep the lights on, you can do that by grabbing a YouTube membership for $2.99 a month. That should be working now. Don't quote me on it. I looked at it and it says everything is a go, but that doesn't mean anything with YouTube. So if you want to do that, check it out. Or if you want, you can drop us a YouTube super chat, which moves your chat to the top of the line and it takes priority. Only housekeeping I have this week is the Bash at Berlin VIP watch party is tomorrow, and Bash at Berlin starts at 1 p.m. Eastern time, which is noon Central for me. I will be watching the main event live on stream and then doing post-show reactions. Not watching the entire show, just watching the main event, which we're assuming is going to be Gunther and Randy Orton, and then we'll be watching or doing post-show reactions. I know there's a TNA thing going on right now, so I appreciate anybody who is jumping in here to say what's up and hang out for a little bit. You guys let me know if anything crazy happens on the TNA show. But let's start this show with the good and the bad. A little bit to talk about. This was another fan service show. I'm not completely down on this one like I was last week. I think it was a little more prepared for what we were going to get tonight. We know nothing's going to get, the Friday before Bash at Berlin, nothing's moving forward. This is completely a fan service show for Germany. This is a show for the German crowd, produced by WWE to try to entertain them before the real main event, which is the main course tomorrow night. But question for everybody. Can you imagine buying tickets to that show?
No.
That show tonight, having to pay to go see, because what you got was a whole lot of filler. It was literally just fan service, and I get you can get away with that stuff when you're overseas because they're just hungry for wrestling. So you can show them Carmelo Hayes versus Andrade for the 9th time, and they're just hungry for wrestling. They're just excited. You can parade Ludwig Kaiser out there for the opening match, and they're going to cheer and be excited. But let's talk about the main event, because this seems to be a little bit of a trend in the build-up to Bash at Berlin is main events that probably aren't really worthy of being main events. I don't know of any other world, on any other night, in any other universe where Nia Jax and Michin in a subpar street fight is the main event of the show. Going into what's going to be a solid Bash at Berlin. Mm-hmm. This is fan service. This was literally Triple H going, we're in Germany, let's parade every weapon we have. Yeah. These fans are going to want wrestling. They want every aspect of wrestling we can give them. And since we don't have any of these real big weapon matches on the card tomorrow, let's do it tonight. They can use anything they want. Tables, chairs, kendo sticks, trash cans. It's all fan service. This match tonight, Smackdown, was a product of 100% German fan service. And that's okay. It made for a fun one-off show, but this is what we expected. But this right here, missed opportunity to me. This was a missed opportunity by Triple H. I felt like Michin was on the precipice of taking a step up to that next level, okay? And so when you put somebody in a street fight with Nia Jax and they have the opportunity to reach that next level, now we know she's not going to beat Nia Jax, but it feels like we could have gone a little extra. This is the type of match where if you're going to pull blood out, this is the match where you do blood. I would have liked to have seen Michin fight, struggle, scrap, go for it all, end up bleeding a la Britt Baker in AEW. If you look back at the moment that really kind of put Britt Baker on the map, that kind of built her up, she ended with blood on her face, and it was a great optic. Ending the match with Michin tucked into a trash can and having items thrown at her is a bad look. It's absolutely almost like just burying Michin, who I thought was somebody who was on the come up. Wavy D with the super chat. Hot take. If Nia was in a local club, she would be a baddie, but she suffers from Duff syndrome I don't think so. I don't think so. I mean, I don't know what clubs you go to, Wavy D. I don't know what clubs you go to that they look like that, but not in my book. Not a baddie. She didn't make the top 4 baddies of the night tonight, and it was slim pickings tonight, and she still didn't make the top 4.
I think everybody's
I don't
agree with my
that.
pick. I'm curious to see what it is later, but I do have to say something. And I'm going to interrupt you, and I'm sorry.
Go for it.
Why did they have Michin walk out there with like a homeless person's cart full of
weapons,
toys, as they called them?
So it's fan service, right?
Yeah.
It was a parade of this is what you're about to get. You're about to get everything. But I do agree, the white t-shirt and black shorts mixed with pushing a shopping cart did feel like Michin was a homeless person approaching the ring.
Yeah.
I didn't love the optics. Like I said, there's opportunities in these one-off events, right? Where Michin does get to be in the main event, where normally that's not going to be a standard thing that we see night after night on SmackDown. I would have liked to have seen more. I would have liked, I think, a little bit of blood, a little bit of just something that screams, okay, Michin didn't win the match, but she is hardcore. She is that next level. The optic of her being left in a trash can and having weapons thrown at her was almost slightly comical at the end. I think I was laughing a little bit like, all right, this is what it is, but it was a little bit goofy.
I was laughing.
Sometimes just because you can do something, you don't have to do it, right? Just because you can have a match with all these weapons, you don't have to have this match. But this is fan service. This is Triple H 100% playing to the German crowd. Now, we got to talk about a couple things, because I think there were a couple things in this match that were also fan service that I think were complete wasted opportunities tonight. Having Tiffany Stratton threaten to cash in, this is too soon. There is time to build a better story. The dynamics between Tiffany Stratton and Nia Jax can be more important. We don't have to rush into this. It does feel like now the time that, the clock has started on Tiffany's cash-in. The first time you really tease and you look down at Nia Jax with that briefcase, the clock starts. There are fractures in the friendship. And I know they teased with Tiffany Stratton looking at the title on social media, but I think that was the proper tease. I think the straight up Tiffany coming out and looking down at Nia Jax, I think that was a bad look. I think that was, once again, fan service for the German crowd. What all can we do in one night? What is every wrestling trope that every wrestling fan expects and want and they'll pop for? It's a Money in the Bank tease. If we do a Money in the Bank tease, then the crowd will go crazy. Who cares how it affects the story down the line? That's what it feels like from Triple H. I'll say the same thing with the return of Bayley tonight. This feels like a really bad spot to have Bayley return. You could have done something that felt way bigger than that, than having Bayley return to chase Tiffany Stratton out of a match that we knew Nia Jax was winning. So I just, to me, it's fan service, and it's okay. It is definitely okay, because we're going into Bash in Berlin. We knew this was going to happen, but we have to acknowledge that this was fan service. I thought the opening match was probably the best moment of the night. I thought that LA Knight and Ludwig Kaiser was interesting. I thought it was fun. I liked the fact that the German crowd took Ludwig's side. Now, gonna say, Germany, you gotta be a little careful. You don't have a great track record with bad guys, okay? So when you start cheering for the guy that kind of gives off the little bit of the Third Reich, kind of the Nazi vibes, when you're cheering him, it does get a little dicey for me. It does get a little dicey when you're cheering against the American and you're cheering for the bad guy. He's in there standing up all proud and shit. Just saying, the optics aren't great. The optics aren't great, Germany. Now you do your thing. That's your guy. And I thought Ludwig Kaiser looked good. I thought him and LA Knight was a breath of fresh air. That was a fun match. SmackDown is a show with 2 hours. You have to set the tone correctly. And that was the correct tone to start the show. LA Knight's always going to get the show started right. He's going to come out with energy. He's going to come out talking his shit. He doesn't really care what's going on. He just starts pointing and doing his thing, and the crowd's behind him. Then there is a little Roman Reigns on screen.
Is there?
He's right here. He's right here. I was trying to cut off the overlay, and I didn't go all the way up, and so I left his little head right there. There is a little Roman Reigns right here. He's right.
If you're on TikTok, you can't see it. You have to come over to the YouTube.
He's right here. He's
see
right
little
here.
tiny baby Roman Reigns.
Just a little baby Roman Reigns.
Sweet little baby little
He's
Roman
just
Reigns.
hanging out for tonight. In honor of not being on the show, I figured I'd make SmackDown more interesting by bringing Roman Reigns to the after show. That's definitely what happened. But no, I thought, look, if Gunther's not willing to play the anti-American, shout out to LA Knight for standing up for the United States when they booed the United States. That's how you do it. Even because he's the baby face of the night, but he understands they're going to pop for Ludwig when he comes out. So LA Knight taking the stance of, all right, we're going to flip the script tonight. I will stand up for the United States. I will. I love the tease of Ludwig Kaiser teasing that winning the United States Championship and turning into the European Championship. Only thing about that's going to get eaten up by the IWC, because the IWC is going to run with that and say, hey, this is just regurgitation of MJF and Will Ospreay. And I understand, because it did feel like, man, just a little too close to that moment for Ludwig to go that direction. But I do wish that WWE was more willing to do things like AEW in that regards. WWE's so afraid of the quick title change. Like, I think it would have been fun here tonight had Ludwig Kaiser won the United States Championship in Germany. That could have been fun. And then you begin this story between Ludwig and LA Knight that has a little bit of meaning. Instead, Triple H continues to bank on this idea that these guys have these title reigns that are like, 3 to 6 months at least. And until then, we just kind of count on people not losing titles. And that takes a little bit of the fun out of wrestling to me. Is I want to believe that on any night, anybody can lose. And in WWE, with Triple H, I kind of look at my watch and go, that person hasn't had the title long enough to lose, so we don't have to worry about LA Knight losing, right? It would be fun to show up in Germany, a go-home show like SmackDown, and see LA Knight lose the title to Ludwig Kaiser, only to win it back in 2 or 3 weeks, the same way AEW is willing to do that. The story between MJF and Will Ospreay, while I talk a lot of shit about Will Ospreay and AEW, I did like the way they took the international title, and then MJF turned it into like the American title, and then Will Ospreay won it back and turned it back into the international title. Too soon for WWE to copy that storyline, but I like that they're willing to go there with like handing a title back and forth for the sake of story. The one thing I would say is you got to keep that energy coming out of that first match, because it did feel like the tone was set. I was kind of bought in. I liked what I saw, and then it was, all right, we're gonna go to Corbin and Cruz versus Angel and Berto, and I'm like, oh, once again, I forgot. We're just gonna shut down the fucking engines tonight because this is pre-recorded, and we're not gonna fire any big guns tonight. I don't understand. You have legitimate tag teams on the roster like DIY and the Street Profits, and tonight you choose to go with Baron Corbin and Apollo Crews versus Angel and Berto, a match that means absolutely nothing.
For sure.
I just don't understand Triple H's infatuation with putting some of these things on TV. You like I said earlier, just because you can, you don't have to. Why do we have so many of these phenomenal superstars sitting on the bench night after night, only to see like, man, I just saw the chat. Nerdy, is it true that your favorite match of all time is Melina versus Alicia Fox? No. Where the fuck did that come from? No, it's definitely not my favorite match of all time. Yeah, but just with the amount of talent that is on the roster, some of these matches just shouldn't, especially with only 2 hours. You talk about just not knowing what to do. This was not what you do. This match, it was far too long. It's got to have purpose. We know none of these guys are really in the running for a tag team title because the tag team titles right now are locked down by the Bloodline. So what is this match for? Coming out of a solid opening, why are we going to Corbin and Cruz versus Angel and Berto? I don't get that part. Then this is the part right now that makes SmackDown real boring, and that is the lack of participation by the Bloodline. When there is no Bloodline, you now see how bad SmackDown can struggle to create star power. That this has been the crutch of Friday Night SmackDown for the last 3 years was Roman Reigns or some story surrounding Roman Reigns, right? Whether it was just Paul Heyman coming out and doing a 15 to 20 minute promo about Roman Reigns, that it was all, but right now, the Bloodline is floundering. You're telling me right now, for the legitimate next couple of weeks, it's obvious they're going to run with the story of the Bloodline versus the Street Profits and DIY. Why? What are we doing? Now, I do like that we finally got our first mentions of Jimmy Uso, which I think lays the seeds for a Jimmy return. But it's like I told you guys, the next couple of weeks until we get, which I think it's just 2 weeks until we get to USA, which is what I see Dead Chef saying. So I think when we get to USA, this will all get cleared up. I still am a firm believer in when we get to USA, this gets cleared up. But we had to live through tonight, and we've got to live through next week of this same bullshit, of this same just holding pattern, fan service. Like, you can't convince me in any world that legitimately taking 35 minutes of the night to have Nick Aldis come out and play a replay package of what the live shows from Germany, and then to bring out Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes, then only to leave the ring, that like you can't convince me that you should buy a ticket to watch this kind of stuff. Now, I complained that we didn't get a face-to-face between Randy Orton and Gunther. Well, we got a face-to-face between Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes, and I think it helped one guy and it hurt the other guy. I think Kevin Owens gains a little bit of legitimacy because he almost seems frustrated by the situation, which I think is the right move for Kevin Owens. It feels like, to me, Cody Rhodes is pushing Kevin Owens to be the heel in this story. That he keeps telling him, when are you going to get mad? Why are you jealous? He's almost like, as far as I'm concerned, and I've been told this numerous times about Cody Rhodes, but I'm starting to believe it.
What?
Cody Rhodes is one of those guys that I'm getting ready to put into the category of title chaser. Great when he's chasing the title. Great when he's got a Roman Reigns. This is Bianca Belair's problem. I've said this over and over. Great when chasing a title. They're sympathetic. You get behind them. You want them to win. You want them to reach that ultimate prize. And then they reach out and they grab it and you go, they're not good champions.
Yeah.
They're not real good. Bianca's not a great champion. And I'm starting to see with Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes is not a great champion. It almost feels like he's trying to sell us on what a good guy he is. I see We Too Deep saying Cody equals boring. Right now, I'm about to jump on that train. I'm about to jump on the train that Cody Rhodes is boring because I've gave him the benefit of the doubt. I keep saying they just don't have the right heel for Cody. But this match was set up. It was simple. All Cody had to do was go out there and let Kevin be Kevin. You don't need to do Kevin's job for him. And there were times like it felt like Kevin was trying to push the knee injury, and it almost felt like Cody pushed back and was like, nah, not yet. I'm going to control the pacing of this promo. Cody, KO's the promo guy. This is what he does. KO, great on a microphone, great at pacing, great at getting the crowd to go the direction he wants to go. I can't imagine paying to see 35 minutes of these two guys talking to each other, ultimately ending in nothing, ultimately not really moving the story forward. Nick Aldis coming out, like it literally was just filling time. And I thought the knee shit was awkward. I thought trying to now, like it's always with Cody, it's some injury. His hand's broken. His titty's broken. His knee's broken.
His
right?
broken.
Something's always broken with Cody. Why can't Cody just go out there and we don't acknowledge that he's hurt somewhere? Because it feels like everybody's usually hurt somewhere. It's like they always have to give Cody this crutch so that when he does get beat up in this match a little bit, he can lean on the idea that, like, I'm Cody the superhero. Even injured, I'm able to beat Kevin Owens. Don't love it. Don't love it. I mean, I don't love it. Like, but in all fairness, I'm excited about tomorrow. Yeah. And I think these are going to be good matches. I just think they took the longest possible route to build these matches, and I actually think they did a little bit of a disservice. Mm-hmm. I think they did disservice. I think guys like Gunther was exposed a little bit in the build-up to Bash at Berlin. I think now Cody Rhodes is being exposed a little bit in the build-up to Bash at Berlin. That's all I'm saying. I'm still excited for tomorrow. There's still 5 great matches, right? I'm excited to see Bianca and Jade hopefully win the tag team titles back. I'm excited to see Gunther and Randy Orton, even though, snooze fest for half, 50% of that match. I'm excited to see, Cody Rhodes and one of my favorite wrestlers, Kevin Owens. So I'm excited. I'm excited to see CM Punk and Drew McIntyre. The overall card is going to be fun, but I just don't think the build did it service. And I get like the argument that's made to me on TikTok is, this is the show after SummerSlam. What do you expect? I expect let's keep the momentum, right? This card could have been booked in a better way. Same matches, you could have just got to these stories in a better way. I could have booked this much better, but whatever. That is what it is. And then look, the last thing is the Andrade and Carmelo Hayes for the 19th time. Like, this is what, the 4th match in a row between these two guys.
I think at one point they even said, like, he's won some, now
it's
he's won
it's
some.
2-2, it's 2-2, it's 2-2. That's great, but what the fuck are they fighting for? I don't love this idea that, like, everybody else can't get one rematch when they lose, right? Lots of guys lose and they go, I want a rematch, and they go to the back of the line for you, right? But with Carmelo Hayes and Andrade, it's like, we got nothing else for you guys. You want to go wrestle again? Like, it was 2-0. Now it was 2-1. Now it's 2-2. So obviously we're gonna do this shit again. And so then, like, I just. Micah's saying they're going to end up with an Andrade Hayes as a tag team. I don't like that. I don't think that makes sense. I don't see anything that binds those two guys together other than they fought 5 times in a row. And
now they're besties.
Yeah, I don't like that. Like, that's not how I like tag teams coming together. I like some cohesiveness. I like a little bit of logic, not you just beat each other best of 7 ending in a last man standing match. I'm okay with that, as long as there's some context in. But like, when we got the first Carmelo and Andrade, they didn't cue us into the fact that this was going to happen 9 weeks in a row on a 2-hour show, and these guys were going to get 25 minutes a night to do the same match over and over and over. Because it's not like these are good matches. Their chemistry is great, but it's not like each week there's some new element added. It's just the same match at a different point of the night, and they're good. Like I said, they're good matches. But this is a 2-hour SmackDown. I don't love the idea that on a 2-hour SmackDown, when you have, like I said, you got these guys on the bench. You got Montez Ford on the bench, and yet we're just doing the same thing over and over. Super chat from We Too Deep. He said, with 4 title changes at SummerSlam, could all champions retain tomorrow? Very, very, very possible. It's very possible that they all retain. I still in my heart of hearts believe that Triple H took the tag team titles off of Bianca and Jade because he thought he had other plans. I think that he looked at the overall picture and said, Jade's still not ready. And so I think he's looked at it and he goes, all right, they've had the tag team titles long enough. All right, let's let them win it back. Let's let them win it back. Because if they're not doing anything else, I think they at least need to be tag team champions. I think they could add credibility to that division if they were tag team champions. So I think that's the only title that has any real chance of change. What are the other title matches tomorrow? It's what do we have?
Gunther's, right? Is that for a title match?
We have Gunther and Randy Orton. That's not changing.
Okay.
I don't think it is, right? Cody and KO, that's not changing. We have the tag team title. What's the other one? We got Drew. There's not an IC title match. What else is? There's a women's title. It's Liv and no, it's not. So that's not a title match. Liv and Rhea.
No, I think they're just fighting because
that's just a tag team match. So is there three or is there three title changes? Oh, he's saying with 4 title changes at SummerSlam. My bad. I read that wrong.
Oh, okay.
I read that wrong.
Only 3, right?
There's 3. Yeah, there's 3. Okay, I'll work on that, Wavy D. He said when he clicks the join button, it says something went wrong. Please try again. I don't know what it is. Maybe they didn't approve the membership.
Diggity
tiers.
darn doula.
It's a pain in the ass. I'm thinking about just shutting it down and just
forget that she's Nizelle.
Going somewhere else. We'll do Patreon or something like that. Something easier because I thought the YouTube thing was going to be easy, but it seems to be a little bit more difficult than I thought it was going to be.
Those mofos.
Anything else? Is there anything I didn't touch on? It was a pre-recorded show. There wasn't a lot that happened. Like ultimately, there was what?
I forgot some of the stuff that happened
3
as I was
wrestling
watching
matches?
it. Like,
was there three or 4 matches?
I know there's Andrade. There was LA Knight, and then I remember the last one.
So there's 4 matches. I believe there's 4 matches.
Then there's something else that happened in between.
The long ass promo, and then you've got which is weird. Oh, it's weird to me that Bianca and Jade are there, but instead you run a video package to promote their match, which is weird.
I would think that the fans would want to see them at least
100% glorified Germany house show. This was my argument, right? When I said that they needed Randy Orton and Gunther in the ring together, and everybody was like, "You're dumb. You don't know that Gunther's already in Germany." If we're gonna just do these live tours, why isn't Raw in Germany as well, so that everybody's just there? I'm tired of them cheaping out and not bringing everybody, and we are the ones who take the L because we get half of the roster for Monday Night Raw, and then we get this pre-recorded show on Friday. I don't know. Are we only getting 5 matches at Bash? Yeah, I think we're only getting 5. I think it's 5. I think it's.
These are all going to be super super long, right?
It's the tag team. It's going to be Randy and Gunther. It's KO and Cody. It's Punk and Drew, and it's the tag team match with Liv and Dom. Unless it'd be kind of cool. It'd be fun if LA Knight defended his United States Championship in an open challenge again on the card against someone like Dragunov. That would be fun. I could see doing something like that. Once again, kind of missed opportunity not having Dragunov involved tonight. It feels like of all the shit that happened tonight, Dragunov definitely a better wrestler than a lot of what we saw on this card. Probably could have dropped the weird tag team match in the middle of the show and done Dragunov versus anybody. Just pick somebody. Carmelo Hayes. I don't give a shit. Yeah. Wavy D saying No Mercy is going to be the best show this weekend. I'm tempted to watch No Mercy.
Is that AEW?
No, that is NXT.
Oh.
NXT. I'm tempted to try and see if that's a place where I could pick up and start.
When is that?
It's Sunday. Sunday is No Mercy.
Sunday.
Kaiser and Dragunov winning the IC qualifiers on Monday, I think. Interesting. That makes sense. All right, let's talk about the baddie of the night. Slim pickings tonight, man. It was definitely I had to reach and look for possibilities tonight. I know Wavy D wanted Nia Jax on the list. I don't know if Nia Jax will ever make my baddies of the night list. There would just have to be no one else on the show in order for that to happen. I'm a hater. I don't give a fuck. I'm a hater. I definitely hate me. We had 4 tonight.
All right.
Meechin, Tiffany Stratton, Elektra Lopez, Samantha Irvine.
Yep.
Samantha, surprise appearance there. Not
That
normally
was.
not normally a Smackdown, but when we go to Germany,
Exactly.
we only bring the A-team. We only bring the A-team when we go to Smackdown.
Yes, sir.
Mike saying Michin is his baddie, nothing like a Fast and the Furious baddie.
So
Michin had been looking good lately. Tonight just felt a little homely.
Exactly. I was gonna say,
Felt a little homely tonight.
had she not come out with that shopping cart, and they did something different with her outfit, right?
Bad optics. Yeah.
I
yes.
didn't like it.
No,
Wasn't
she
feeling
definitely-
because she would have been my pick. Now
I'm not sure.
I picked Samantha Irvine.
You picked Samantha Irvine.
I did. Did the people agree with me? Is the question.
It just changed. It just changed.
Damn it!
It just changed.
Somebody fucking voted for
Somebody.
Michin.
Oh.
They fucking voted for Michin, didn't they?
All right, we're in trouble here. This is a first.
What is it?
This is a first. I haven't cast my vote, though. I didn't vote on this one.
Oh no.
So I might get to be the tiebreaker here.
What is it?
So right now,
Okay.
Elektra Lopez has 6% of the vote, which I thought definitely one of the better, one of the top tier baddies tonight.
I honestly didn't even see what she was wearing, so I couldn't have voted for her.
Maybe that's
the
what
only
it
reason
was. Maybe she just didn't have enough screen time for people to pay attention. She got 6% of the vote. Now that's probably where my vote would have gone. Just FYI. But
Okay.
now that we're down to Tiffany Stratton had 28% of the vote.
why. Okay.
Okay, but
I would have voted for Tiffany too, but I was not feeling her outfit. That all black sort of weird combat outfit. I don't know.
So Michin and Samantha Irvine are tied right now at 33% each.
Ooh.
With 18 votes. 33 minutes in.
Well, are we calling it? The first ever CWC Baddie of the Week tie?
I didn't cast my vote though. I have like Thanos power right now. I can cast my vote and I can sway this thing.
Yes.
I can pull up my phone right now.
All right. Let's see. Let's see what you can do.
Let me see. Let me pull up my phone. Let me get to my.
Let's see if the people will come over from TikTok and vote.
Y'all better come because I'm
Wait, on YouTube
I'm about to
Live.
sway this thing.
Our YouTube Live, who the Baddie of the Week is.
I'm about to sway this thing right now. Right here. Here it goes. Let's see. Pull it up. Where's the?
Who is it?
Why can't I see the poll?
Who is it? Darius, get over to.
I can't see the
YouTube
poll
right
on
now.
my phone.
You can't see what it is?
No, it won't show me.
It won't show you the poll or what?
It won't let me vote on my phone.
Oh darn! Too bad. So sad. Who cares?
I would have picked Samantha Irvine.
Okay, well, good. Then I'll agree with you.
So unless that changes by the end of the night, I would have gone Samantha Irvine. That's where that's to me out of what there was tonight. And I don't even think she was on her A game. So you look like you were going to say something.
I mean, to be honest, I didn't even really see her, but I saw.
But that's not how this works. You can't just. I think the spirit of this game is getting twisted a little bit.
It's not getting twisted
it's tonight.
because I saw what Tiffany Stratton was wearing.
Okay.
I saw what Michin was wearing.
Okay.
Elektra Lopez, she always kind of looks the same to
Hold
me,
on.
like a
Hold
Jennifer
on.
Lopez.
Now we got an update.
There.
Michin has now moved into first place.
Oh my God.
Michin has now moved.
I told you, I would have voted for Michin had she had a different outfit on tonight. That was the
Michin
only
has now
reason.
moved solo, and someone must have jumped over from TikTok.
They did. I said, hey, TikTokers, come on over to YouTube.
Someone jumped over from
YouTube
TikTok.
Live. I'm going to start calling it YouTube Live.
Oh my God. Michin's gonna get out of here with a steal.
She's been looking good, though, lately. I
Yeah,
will
but
say
tonight's
that.
not the night. I think
But
last
tonight's
week.
outfit was
I
not
think
as
last
hot.
week she had a big chance.
Yeah.
At winning last week. I didn't know this week was the week that Michin snuck in and stole it.
Nope. She said tonight's my night. When
Now
she
here's the
become
question: Do I
winner.
end the poll? Do I shut it down or do I let it run through the end of the show? Do we see if
Nah,
something
don't do her
happens?
dirty like that. Shut it down.
Shut it down. Shut it down. Because this,
Yep.
because segment's over, right?
Yep, give it to her.
There's your winner, Michin,
All right.
with 36% of the vote.
Very nice.
Micah said, "Let it run." I already killed it.
Killed it.
killed it. They like the Fast and the Furious look. It was more like the homeless and the trashy look tonight.
Yeah, it was like, because for a while, because remember, I think maybe it was the bandana. I don't know. Because she hadn't been wearing that for a while,
The
right?
shopping cart. The shopping cart did help.
The shopping, well, that with the shopping cart, it kind of felt like, have you ever seen Tales from the Streets?
No,
That's what
is
I was
that?
getting those tales. It's like homeless drug people.
No. I don't think I gave my score for SmackDown. It was a 5 out of 10.
The shorts were nice.
It was average to me. And that's grading on a curve, guys. It's 5 out of 10 grading on a curve, knowing that nothing exciting. I think like Ludwig and LA Knight was a good match. Like it was definitely good. Carmelo and Andrade, even though it's like Groundhog's Day, not a bad match. And Nia and Michin, fan service. It just had all of those like excited. Like if I wasn't a regular watcher of wrestling, you'd turn that match on and go, "Oh, this is fun. This is." I think it was missed opportunities, but it was fun. Wait, dead shit. Well, how did we get to Christina Aguilera and Britney Spears?
Oh,
how did that come up?
Is it Christina or Britney? You know, Dustin, I am a huge Britney Spears fan. Like, I love her so much. And if I had a vote like Christina versus Britney, I'd be Team Britney all the way. But on prettiness...
Oh, trashy's how it came up. Okay.
I would say I'm Team Christina. I think is prettier.
Yeah. I was always Christina Aguilera. I was always Team Christina Aguilera. So.
Oh, yeah. I could see Christina Aguilera trashy vibes.
Well, yeah, especially with the
Wanna
fucking...
get dirty.
Yeah, with that whole era she went through.
I liked her during that era. She was an idol.
Let's go with That's a Bad Take. So this take came from X, from Twitter, whatever we call it these days.
Yeah.
I'll bring it up here so everybody can see it. This is from Nav Trex.
Okay.
And this is a video of post Smackdown, Jey Uso doing what they're calling the yeet elbow.
What is a yeet elbow?
I don't know if you can.
I can kind of see it a little bit. He just did something.
So it's basically a version of the people's elbow, is what it is.
Okay.
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 So he did the yeet elbow, and the take was that Jey Uso needs to add this to his arsenal.
All right.
The people's yeet is what.
The people's yeet.
Here's my problem, right? What? It's all fun. That was fun to see, fun to watch. Jey Uso has nothing original about him. He does a spear for a finisher. His music is a spin-off of the original Usos music. While it's his own, it's still, he has no true identity. Jey Uso needs his own finishing move. He needs something that makes him Jey Uso, main event Jey Uso. Please tell me that was a one-off. Tell me that was a one-time happening. Tell me that was just to entertain the German crowd. More fan service, if not, right? More fan service. But also, why the fuck wasn't Jey Uso wrestling tonight? If he's going to wrestle post-match, I think that's from Germany. He's in Germany. Why is he not on the card? What are we doing with some of these just pitiful fucking matches?
Why wouldn't his finishing move be the main event? Is that like anybody's finishing move? Is somebody's finishing move?
I imagine somebody's had a move called the main event, but it's not about the name of the move. It's about a move that isn't like the spear is Roman's.
Yeah.
And Goldberg's and like Edge. Though that move has been used so many times. He's not even far enough removed from Roman Reigns to have that move. So I wouldn't. But he needs something. And I know they're saying
something like where he does his move. You know what I mean? He just goes whoosh and like pushes him down on the floor.
Just slaps him on the head.
Yeah, just slams him down on the floor.
He just yeets
him. Exactly. You just got yeeted.
He's a Raw guy. So's Ludwig's a Raw guy. Ludwig's a Raw guy, and he was on tonight, and he made the show feel super fresh. Like, here's the problem. This is the problem with he's a Raw guy in the roster split. I saw Mike say it earlier. We got to get rid of the roster split. It's hurting wrestling. Whenever the roster split begins to hurt the end product, that's when it has to go away. I don't think right now, and this is weird to say because WWE does have great superstars, but I don't think they have enough big draw superstars right now that are balanced on both sides of the roster. SmackDown is in trouble. It doesn't have bad guys. I don't think outside of the bloodline it has a lot of names that are drawing us in on a weekly basis that we go, oh, I can just watch this. LA Knight is good. Anytime LA Knight comes on the TV, I'm excited. Outside of that, with Randy Orton being on Monday Night Raw right now, I don't think Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes are enough to make me want to watch SmackDown just without stories. I think they should go back to 2 nights a week. Some stories hit on Monday, some stories hit on Friday, and then when those stories end, we can reshuffle people and rebalance, and just there's just stories that are for SmackDown and there's stories that are for Raw, and there doesn't have to be this hard divide down the middle. We talked about this the other night, me and Mike. The women's division would benefit most from this.
Yeah.
Because you take a women's division that is extremely solid when it's one core group of people, but when you split that group into 2, there's not a lot there. There's, you pull it so thin, and once again, we'll keep saying it, Triple H not great at building heels. Nia Jax probably the best heel on SmackDown right now, and I don't think that's saying a lot. Is what I will say.
Yeah.
Wavy D says that Jay should go with the Tiger Driver at WrestleMania. That's Will Ospreay's move where he drops them on their head. That's still the sketchiest move in wrestling. That's wild that's just okay to drop somebody like that.
I'll have to look that up. I don't know.
It's wild. It's a wild looking move.
Is that one of those moves that I'd be like, oh my God, are they okay?
What's that?
Just like, when they do certain moves, and I'm like,
one,
oh my God, are they okay?
And maybe it's safe. Maybe the way they do it is safe. But the reality is, every time I see it, I go, oh, that guy's fucked. That guy's neck, he's not going to be okay after that. Anything else? What are they talking about? There's a lot of logistics with house shows, though. Raw roster does Saturday shows. But so, way too deep. I'm okay with splitting the roster like monthly. Like just deciding at the beginning of the month, these stories are going to be part of SmackDown and they're going to travel for SmackDown this month. And these stories are going to be on Monday Night Raw and they're going to travel with Raw this month. And then when we get to this next PLE and some of these stories end, we're going to reshuffle the rosters. I understand that you can't, like Cody can't be on Raw one week and then on SmackDown next week. That doesn't work. You can't. So if Cody's in a story, that story has to be exclusive to SmackDown for the duration of that story, so that it can be in house shows, it can be on a weekly television, and then when that story's ended, those guys go back into the pot, and we can just pick out 2 guys that we want. That way we can get, like, look, we saw tonight that Ludwig Kaiser and LA Knight, there's chemistry there. That can work. But the problem is, after tomorrow, they both have to go back to their shows. And so then you go, well, what's next for LA Knight? Are they going to give him fucking Santos Escobar again? Is Logan Paul going to show back up? Because the Kaiser thing felt fun. I actually would like to see more of that. But that's all I've got. Anybody got anything else they want to talk about before we get out of here? Yep. Tomorrow, 1 o'clock Eastern is Bash at Berlin.
Okay.
We will be on, if you assume it's a 3-hour show, we'll probably be on around
2:30.
Yeah, probably 3. 2:30 our time, 3 o'clock Eastern time. Somewhere in that window. Main event will be jumping on.
All right, cool.
But thank you guys for hanging out and coming out to the Casual Wrestling SmackDown after party. As always, you guys are invited next week to the Raw after show, the Mike and D Hot Take Bash. Oh, just quick update. I got sick this week. That's why Lauren brought home a sickness from work.
I did.
And I fought through it on Tuesday. I was dying on Tuesday with Mike.
I was sick,
and I fought through
then
it.
I got you sick, and then you just like die.
Yeah, my plan was to, for the first time, actually go through and record a full week of content. But Wednesday, I just couldn't do it. Thursday, we had always planned on doing the fantasy football draft, which, by the way, feeling really good about my team.
We just have to know.
Really good. Y'all guys.
What am I, Dustin? I'm
y'all guys fucked up. Y'all guys
two-time fantasy football champion right here.
That's in the family league.
It doesn't matter. It still happened.
I'm feeling real good, but yeah, that's what happened. So I was dead sick even yesterday. And I was gonna get on for the fantasy football draft, but then I knew everybody wanted to watch the Colorado football game. So I was like, all right, let's not do it. It's probably not even going to be, the only people who are going to watch are the people in the draft.
Yeah.
So then me and Mike were like, all right, we won't do it. We'll just draft. Today I'm feeling better. And so next week we will get a full slate of content. You will get the Monday night post show, Tuesday night hot takes, Wednesday podcast, Nerdy D show, which is just going to be whatever I want to talk about. Anything I want to talk about will be on that show. Thursday, a casual community show, which is we'll get if Wavy D's available. If not, we'll get somebody else, and we'll do some just fun, like kind of offbeat wrestling talk. And then Friday we will do another Smackdown after party. But that's what happened this week. That's why there wasn't a full slate of content. Do you play in Black Ops 6 beta on PS5? Oh shit, y'all playing Black Ops.
I love Black Ops.
Lauren's a big Black Ops. There's a beta,
Ops.
I think, for the next one, the new one. You might have to jump on there.
I'm gonna download it.
Meanwhile, I'm playing Fortnite. I'm still stuck on Fortnite.
That's okay.
But for now, that's all we got. The party never stops in the Discord. Like, share, and comment. Lauren, ring the final bell.
Ding, 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 ding.